So why have I been playing Ark Knights for this past week and a half?
I don't know. It's a pretty good tower defense game. Excellent music, a good story, pretty solid world building, and the PNGs or the
PNG.
gifts. They move now.
Well, yeah, I
They
guess.
move now.
Um, yeah, I mean,
Besides, if you don't play now, you can't save up enough for Gavial later.
true. This is true. I've literally been listening to her theme nonstop for the past
Hmm.
couple of days. It is it's pretty good. I mean, I'm a big Adrian Cowan fan, so getting her to sing a song is pretty good. And then like that just makes Gavial seem like more badass. They're like
Monster Siren does some good work.
they're like
Picks up the right people.
sorry Gavial, we can't heal anymore. It's time to kill.
I mean, she was never really a healer mentally. She was a harmacist.
Pharmacist.
She distributed healing with a mace. So
Yeah.
yeah, make of that what you will.
Um
Now she's just gone. She's just foregone all pretense and picked up a chainsaw.
a chainsaw glaive.
Glaive.
Yeah. So yeah, whenever she comes out, or well, her alter version comes out, I will hopefully have definitely saved up enough because I'll just go through the story and stuff. I'm actually stopping myself at the moment from going through the story. All right, because I finished chapter 2, so I've just started. So I'm like literally on chapter 3-1.
I think you're gonna want to go to 4. Actually, I think that's where you have to get to for certain events to let you partake.
Even this next one.
I don't know. See, I never stopped. I just kept going. So
No. Well,
I do know that there is a minimum, so you will need to get to a certain point.
All right. So yeah, I've been playing Art Knights. I've been playing Star Ocean.
Sure have.
Star Ocean's pretty. This is a very good Star Ocean. Its story's not meh. I mean, I haven't gotten to the like to the big, I guess the big part of the story yet. Um, but I did just get Marielle L. Kenny, who is now the person I'll probably be using for most of the game, because her moves are really cool. Her fucking vatting move does is literally Exceed Burst, which is actually usually what the main characters have. Um, but Raymond doesn't have it this time. He's got like some type of fucking like dive in move with the sword. Um, but yeah, she gets Exceed Burst, which is really cool. I actually just learned today that she was actually supposed to be a playable. She was actually supposed to be a pickable protagonist.
It makes sense from what you told me.
Yeah,
Because there's a portion of the early game that just the most sense made is not to follow either the protagonists we have, but this third point of view.
Yeah. I kind of I would like to hope that maybe like Triace will work on like a maybe like a DLC story of it where you follow Marielle's side. But yeah, she was supposed to be a choosable protagonist. She was actually supposed to be the choosable protagonist over Leticia. So like
I still
Leticia
think
was
that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. Um. Anyway, this game is this this game's been fun. My dog is fucking howling at the moon right now. So if that's heard on the recording. But I'm about like 25 hours in. I think PlayStation has it to where I'm maybe sitting at like almost 50% done with the story. So I'm like halfway there. There's still 2 characters I haven't had in my party yet. Theo's been a guest member for like fucking 5 to 6 hours. But
That's my kind of guest.
he hasn't actually joined the party. Um uh so I wonder when he's actually going to join.
Bold of you to assume he will at this point.
From what I know, he's a playable character. So
I'm just joking. So
yeah. And I don't know I forget what the fucking the robot samurai characters, but there's a robot samurai character that is playable. But I think he comes in on the second. So, great game. Definitely in this time of where there's too many games to play, probably not an instant pickup or whatever, but over the holiday when it's on sale, definitely worth picking up. Really fun. It actually has the best combat out of all the Star Oceans, I feel.
High praise.
Yeah. But that's actually literally all I did this week. It's literally been playing Arknights and Star Ocean. So, have you guys done?
Ladies first.
I have been playing Dark and Darker. Yeah, so Dark and Darker, I have mentioned it previously. It's by the developers from South Korea called Iron Mace.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was basically it's in alpha stage. It's had 3 playtests so far, 1 pre-alpha and 2. This is the second one in the alpha stage. Because it's a playtest, they are literally testing the mechanics that they have currently. There's only 2 maps that are being in use at the moment. One is like a second floor of a dungeon, and like a hell dungeon that you can go to as a challenge with a boss at the end. And it's very much like Tarkov but Skyrim. So
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, it is so cool. So you can choose up to a party of 3. You can go solo, as a duo, or a trio. There are different classes to choose from. There is fighter, cleric, ranger, rogue, barbarian. And each has their own skills and stuff like that. There are loads of treasures and stuff to find. There's PvE and PvP. It's very much like the Marauders game I also play.
Yes, which I've seen you logging into as well.
Oh, there's a wizard, as well. Wizard. Yeah. So there's spellcasting, there's melee, there's range stuff, there's trap setting, there's trying to either heal yourself with magic or potions or rations or whatever. There are mimics in the game.
Mimic?
You
This is
love
why I
to
have
hear it.
This is why I have trust issues.
Oh my god, seriously! And you know what's worse about these mimics is that because you basically start unlocking the chest. So you at first you're like, oh, it's safe. I'm unlocking it, and suddenly it goes blah, blah. Oh, it's a jump scare each fucking time, and they're different sizes as well. It's not just a particular type of chest either.
Oh, there's no safety.
There's no safety.
Always rolling
It's
the
horrible.
dice.
And because they're randomized, a chest that you've seen previously could not be a mimic the next time. You don't know. You just don't know.
We love to hear that.
It's horrible.
Instill a deep fear in them.
Yeah. Like other like PvP games, there is like a basically a circle that keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So there's like a time limit. As the time gets closer to the end, there are portals that appear. There are escape portals. I'll just take you back to your lobby and you can stash all your stuff you found. Or there's the down portal that takes you to the hell dungeon. So if you're brave enough and geared up enough, you can tackle that. Of course, there is a limited amount of portals, so you have to fight your way to the end and survive and get them in time. So I've encountered lots of like parties just battling it out. It's horrible. It's also like a timed way to unlock the portals too. It's not just instant open. It's like it'll take a moment. So while you're opening it, you could be ganked and then someone else takes your portal instead, or you can time it and run into someone else's portal as they open it. Yeah, there's leaderboards for various things like how many player kills, how much treasure you make, how many escapes you do, that kind of thing. There's now a trade guild in this playtest, so you can trade amongst other players outside the game, outside the instance, that is the dungeon. I cut myself. How do I do that? What the fuck? So yeah, there's that's new. There's also merchants you can sell your loot to. There's like various
What are you
ones.
selling?
Yeah, exactly. There's some for armor, weapons, little trinkets and stuff like that. Since it's over the Halloween weekend, they had a special called Jack-o'-lantern, and you had to collect candy corn in the dungeon for very good loot that he has. Holy moly! So yeah, lots of different stuff to do. It's literally only a playtest, but I'm having more fun than I am in the Marauders, and that's early access.
Wow.
And yeah, Dark and Dark is just alpha. It just feels more amusing, more content, more. It's more. I don't know. I've enjoyed team actually. So you can make pre-made parties,
Yeah.
right? And that's like the usual thing. You can just go in and do your thing with the party. Now, if you go in solo or as a duo or even as a trio, you don't like most people just murder you. Most people just murder. That's the first go-to, right? Murder, stab, other people, stab.
Fair enough.
Right? But I have managed to make friends in the dungeon. There's no communication, I might add. There's only like one emote currently and no chat, no text, no voice, unless you go in a Discord or whatever, right? So I've developed, and most other people have developed this I guess improvised way of communicating, which is basically using the crouch to like bob up and down in his weird dance, and then you use what that only emote to like raise your arms.
Interpretive dance and jumping.
Yeah. Now I've also like as a cleric I can heal, so I've also healed people in hopes that they don't turn on me, and that has worked a few times. So I've actually made a party in the dungeon that isn't officially in a group, right?
Damn,
and
we've ad hoc one. Neat.
Yeah, it's cool. It's nice when it works out. And yeah, we and like for example, one time I found a berserker. Now that's dangerous. A berserker, you could hear them a mile away going rah, running towards you, then you're dead. So this person was all alone in this quite large room with lots of undead. And being a cleric, I was like, no, my time to shine, right? I'll try to make peace with this berserker, because if I don't, I'm definitely toast. So I healed them, and they raised their axe at me, and I just like did my courting dance, I suppose. And then I saw a skeleton, and I started attacking it, and they caught on. So we cleared the whole room, and there was the moment of pause, wondering what they'd do next, right? Because there's lots of treasure left. So we ended up like this barbarian would just like slowly step to one loot box, and then sort of like bob on another one, let me take it, and then go to another treasure chest and stuff like that. So we formed a bond, I suppose. And then we went up to like up the stone staircase, and lo and behold, there was a rogue that was sneaking through the door, and we both turned to look at them, and they were like, they paused. There was a pause between us three, and then they did the bubble dance.
Yeah.
So
very good.
So there, lo and behold, we're now a party of 3, and we're going through the dungeon. Unfortunately,
I am curious.
Yes.
How long did it take before the rogue decided to stab someone in the back?
You see, that's the thing. It was actually wholesome. It was a wholesome party.
Wow, I am genuinely surprised.
We became firm
Not playing
friends.
a rogue then.
We became firm friends. So yeah, unfortunately, it came to pass that we all were killed by the parties. But you know,
I have
during that
this.
moment of camaraderie, camaraderie, I was like, wow, this game could be so much more than just murder, murder, stab, stab. I was very, very happy. Yeah,
That
so
does seem very cool.
I have been enjoying it. So I like the statements from the developers too, which gives me great hope.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, Iron Mace, South Korean developer. Most people think, they, you know, these types of games, there was a loot boxes, randomized gacha, and microtransactions, blah blah blah. Right? So, about us on Iron Mace's website, they say, we are a merry band of veteran game developers disillusioned by the exploitive and greedy practices we once helped create. We are experts who have worked on many of the biggest hits in Korea. Interesting, interesting. We've seen firsthand how corporate game companies sell their soul for the easy payday. We are disappointed to see them doubling down on more and more exploitative practices, becoming more like casinos instead of bringing joy to gamers. We are fighting to win back the hearts of gamers around the world. We believe that by creating games with soul and by respecting our users, we can usher in a renaissance of awesome video games direct from Korea. And our mission, we want to show the world that Korea can build global gaming franchises that encompass rabid game fans from both the East and West. People all around the globe appreciate the formidable creative potential of Korea when it focuses its energy on pushing boundaries. We have some of the most dynamic and hardest working creators on the planet. Our mission is to grab hold of this potential and create games true to our roots that put gamers first and even bridge cultural gaps. And that isn't that nice? I like this.
Here,
And
here.
yeah, good, big clap. Yeah, so Iron Mace, no spaces between Iron or Mace. They can find them on Twitter. They also have a Discord and Dark and Darker Steam page. So look at them. So I am very much looking forward to this. Now they say that there'll be an early access. I think they'll also go through the beta first, of course, but it should be released fourth quarter 2023. They said,
Okay.
yeah. So I don't know. Like it's gotten such a good response from people that have been playing this that people say we want to throw money at you. If you set a price, we will pay it. Like we want this to succeed so much. So that's good. That's good to hear from people playing it as well.
Sure is, absolutely.
Yeah. So good. Very excited. Also, I've been playing Gundam. That's usual. I've nearly finished the battle pass.
Let's go.
Hey.
It's good because there's so many tickets at the end of the battle pass. So I'm looking forward to spending all those. I've got like 6 left to get, and then a fancy stamp. But and then I can get is it Marasai? That one.
Oh, you're gonna get the hook one.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I've been impressed by people who play it well, so I want to try.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Link
yeah,
going
yeah.
around. No corner is safe.
Yeah, it's fun. It really is fun. I haven't played Marauder at all since Darker Dark was out because honestly, it's just filling a gap. It's just filling a gap that Dark and Darker left since the last playtest. Really, I don't know what it is about Marauders. It is fun, and I have fun in a party or solo, but it also feels like there's not much to do other than going back in, doing the same thing, going back out. I mean, there isn't really a lobby or anything, so you can't really interact with anyone besides the team you're with. And I haven't met anyone that wants to team up with you. It's always murder.
Can't say I'm too
Always.
surprised about that, though.
Always murder. So, yeah. Yeah, we'll see. They actually, what I did like about Dark and Dark is that trade guild I mentioned. That's good. I would assume Marauders being a pirate, sort of space pirate thing, that they would have some sort of central hub to barter the stuff they've looted, or maybe, that kind of thing. But there isn't any of that either. That I think the game would benefit from that, even if it's just a board It'd be awesome if it was like a physical lobby, but
Sure.
make it like Star Wars. That'd be cool. But alas, no. I think that's it. That's all I have to do this week.
That's quite a bit, though. You
It
seem
is
to be
quite a
really
bit. I
good.
talked a lot. My God, I
Yeah.
need a drink.
Talked more than me.
Well, I will pop in and
Whew.
keep mine fairly short. As Aqua has started Arknights, I have continued in Arknights. I enjoy this game quite a lot, so what are you going to do? On top of that, I have also been playing more Overwatch, because as it turns out, the gameplay's really fun.
What?
I don't
So
look. I don't like it either, but
we have
it's
we
just
have
the way.
we have a spot open on the podcast. Anybody wants?
Yeah, no, that's fair. This is the correct response to such a betrayal on my part. Seriously, they just need to get their act together with the monetization. I still wish this was just a $40 product instead of free to play, because I think free to play has been the absolute worst for this game. The game feels good to play. It handles very well. Running in a 5-stack like Gundam just feels real good, and I have to admit, I do actually prefer it to Gundam. And Gundam is also very good. 100%. I just, the only thing I can't do is I can't spend for a couple of these skins I would like, because A, hey, fuck you, what are those prices? And B, no, you all just aren't getting my money now with how you've been. I don't even get to see the skin. I'll get over it. Other than that, I did briefly try to find something to make me play literally anything else, because I thought it might have just been a shooter itch. It's not. I gave Apex a go, thinking, all right, no one has said anything bad about Apex in ever, as far as I'm concerned, which has been very surprising to me. But I'll keep with it a little bit longer. But I wasn't in love with what I played. It doesn't feel like this is going to be my my niche, as it were.
Yeah,
However, season
gotta go
15
back
did
to-
just open up and lets me try all of the units in the training room. So maybe it's just been a case of I didn't have the unit that I wanted to play. Who knows?
This is why if I'm gonna disappoint myself, it's gonna be on like a 40 to 50 hour JRPG.
No, see, I did that too, didn't I? I picked up both Valkyrie Elysium and
So
Soul Hackers, and I didn't like either of those two either.
yeah, I mean, I'll still finish Valkyrie Elysium, but
Yeah,
I'm not touching Soul Hackers again.
maybe in a bit during the next lull, I'll do it just because I like the aesthetic, and I can get around that. I'll just play it really, really slowly. But yeah, that was super, super disappointing.
Well, you know what game doesn't disappoint?
Oh, is the game coming out in 9 bloody days?
No, I was just gonna say Cold Steel 4.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, you're right. I do enjoy, despite my not having played for a bit, I do enjoy the Cold Steel series. So, do enjoy the Legend of Heroes
Reverie
series.
comes out in June.
Yeah. Oh, 4 will be done before June, unless the most godlike run of games happens, and I just can't find a moment to put down the controller.
We all get into Starfield, and it ends up just being the best game of all time.
I'm not gonna hold my breath, but it would be nice.
Hey, game's gonna be free. Game is free. So
Yeah, exactly. I'm definitely gonna play it at some point.
Well, is that all you did this week?
Yeah, I didn't get up to much past that in between work, and I've been very good about going to the gym, so.
Nice. I haven't.
Get on my level. Seriously, it's good for you.
Bruh. Work at my job.
No. No, I have heard you, at work. I don't want any of that, thanks.
Yeah. Well, good news is, I don't sound like I'm dying this week. Or, yeah, I don't sound like
Really?
I'm dying this week. Yeah.
Directly
mean,
after hacking up a piece of your lung, that's what you're going with.
no, I just cleared my throat. I just cleared my throat. Last week I was hey man, I couldn't breathe out of my nose. I can breathe out of my nose.
Hey guys, don't forget to sub to the channel if you're into what you're hearing. While you're down there, remember to like the video as much as we like you. You'll be good now.
So,
Yay.
Little's forsaken us this week.
I mean, it's understandable. He had to do quite a lot of nose to the grindstone in order to get through Kuro.
Kuroto.
So.
Yeah. He was like, do I last night when I was streaming Stars, and he was like, do I just power through the game? And I'm like, or wait until tomorrow? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Charles games usually have this thing where they just don't end. And I've kept myself up at to like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, like just trying to get through the last cutscenes or whatever. Nah, man, he beat the game at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, damn, you got to the end fucking quickly. That final dungeon must not be long at all. But there's post game stuff with the Marching Garden, and there's like an extra thing, like an extra boss thing, like at the end, that you're supposed to beat to get the message. The story will continue in Kuro no Kiseki final chapter.
Dun dun dun.
There's still a little bit to it. But yeah, no question from Little. That means we can roll right into the news.
Let's go.
Which there's not too much to talk about, really.
Thank God.
It's more of just like reporting on just some random stuff. Today, EA put out a post saying that they're partnered with Marvel to make some action games within the next few years.
Hope they're good.
Somebody made a joke, so we're gonna get Iron Man Battlefront 1, Iron Man Battlefront 2, and Captain America Fallen Order.
Don't say that. Oh man, that'd be disappointing. Actually, Captain America game might be pretty good, but still.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. I think they said it's gonna be all original story type games. So EA sometimes, like, actually the only good game that's come out of EA recently is Jedi Fallen Order. And Fallen Order 2 comes out sometime next year, I think. So can't wait for that. Next up is surprising news, because this came out of fucking left field the other day, was the Rocksteady co-founders just announcing they're leaving Rocksteady.
Yeah, Sefton Hill and Jamie Walker, I think they're leaving at the end of this year. And as far as I'm aware, at least, the only quote on the matter is they were to begin a new adventure in gaming.
Yeah, I've been following a lot of people on Twitter that work at Rocksteady, and everybody unanimously been really sad that they're going, because they really like them as bosses. Like, I've heard no bad word.
It genuinely has been very nice. This is a wholesome.
They actually are nice, and I doubt there is any drama behind it. I think they just want to move on, perhaps. We don't know. But so far, it's just everyone's sad they're going.
Yeah, it's so weird to see like two bosses step down without there being any like bad reason.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was waiting for the other shoe to drop, and it just hasn't yet. So it's like, okay, good. This is nice. This is a really interesting change of pace. I mean, that and Leek had to chew me out about waiting for it, rightfully so.
Yeah.
It's nice to just have nice things to say.
Please, it's just very sad, and they're wholesome, and it's just, that's it, right? That's it.
Obviously, we're wishing them real well, and I mean, I'll be interested to see what they go on to do now.
Yeah. I'll be interested. Maybe like a year or two from now, we'll see reports of whatever type of gaming studio that they'll be bringing up next. Another left field announcement that actually came out this morning. Longtime reporter of literally all the gaming news in the world, Nibellion has announced that he's leaving Twitter and he's going to stop reporting on gaming news in general.
Yeah, Nibble leaving is like it's so weird to speak about it like this because it seems like he's dead. But no, it's like it's so weird knowing that we're gonna go forward in like gaming news and not have him to. I mean, essentially fall back on like rely on him being such a rock steady, a
Yeah.
rock solid source of like usually well backed information.
Yeah. He announced on his Twitter, with a small post saying after some introspection, he's made a decision to focus time and energy elsewhere and move from Twitter. This marks the end of my video game coverage and active participation in this platform. Thanks everybody from Times. Farewell, Nibble. P.S. I'll leave this account up so nobody grabs the handle for malicious purposes.
What a
That
fucking
was
champ! Thank you, by the way, for doing that
yeah,
last bit.
yeah. That was his public announcement. He had an announcement that he posted on his Patreon.
Yes.
He said, "Today I will move on from both Twitter and Patreon. There won't be any game coverage from me on either platform. I've learned a lot in this short period of time. Unfortunately, I was not able to create an interesting and sustainable Patreon, which is evident of the number of Patreons stagnating during the first weekend and the first of many pledges being deleted during the first week. I have miscalculated the value of my Twitter activity and realized that it is nothing worth supporting by itself for the vast majority of people. It is not me who is popular, but it is the work that is useful. It's not valued by itself, but a comfortable time saver, and I get that now. I was unable to create a reliable revenue stream, but I am happy I gave it a shot, and I want to thank everybody on here who gave me a shot as well. I'll look into refunds for recent payments. I have already deactivated the billing and will likely close this page in a week, or this week. The Discord server is obviously not coming either. It is what it is. There. Then there is the elephant in the room, which is the platform itself. I don't think that Twitter has yet experienced good leadership, and this trend will not change with Musk either. I do not trust the platform. I do not trust Musk and his seemingly infinite immaturity. I do not think Twitter will fall apart instantly, but that it could die a slow death. Why waste more time? Anyway, I guess that's it. Last text I'm writing here. Thanks. I guess I have less staying power than a lettuce as well. Farewell, Nibble. P.S. The Twitter account will stay up so nobody can cause any issues with the handle, at least for now.
Ah, man, it's really
Wow.
sad. I mean,
Yeah.
first, though, I have to say, like, props to him for holding himself up to a mirror and being willing to see his shortcomings in a realistic way.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I mean, I think he was a bit harsh on himself.
Yeah, I think
For
he's
themselves.
extremely harsh on himself,
Um,
actually.
But, like, it's hard to argue because he had all the facts he needed. In order for him to continue as he had, they clearly want to hit a monetary point for sustainability. I think that's entirely reasonable. His Twitter account was an invaluable aggregate of gaming news and headlines, and I don't think it's unreasonable for him to have thought to continue along being this helpful source for a price. That's absolutely fine.
Yep.
Him not making it is, on one hand, surprising. On the other hand, I think Aqua and I spoke about it just before. Maybe not as surprising, but I really wish him well. I hope that they find themselves a place in games journalism somewhere, and I hope that wherever it is, they believe they are who they say they are. Because, like, this is the guy. This is the person who's
Yeah.
going to dig through the muck of the internet to find, like, the actual information.
He could have used his what his platform is to probably shift himself into like an official games journalism job. Guy literally had like 400 and something thousand followers because of
Uh,
how
I don't rule out.
441.
I don't rule out the fact that they didn't.
I mean, true. I mean, but it also depends on where they live too.
It's true. That's entirely true.
Yeah,
Still, like this is sad. Fucking great joke at the end with the lettuce bit.
yeah.
Another shot at Truss, which makes me think he's in the UK. But yeah, overall, very very unfortunate. I
hmm
don't think anyone who regularly used their material did not like Nibble.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were spectacular. They were very funny. They had no problem engaging with the community, and they will be missed.
Yeah.
Though
Well,
again, just to reiterate, they're not dead. They've just left.
yeah. They just disconnected themselves from gaming and news and Twitter entirely. And I guess the full news with Musk lately has probably probably really pushed him to that.
I mean,
Um,
it's made a lot of people really, really curious about the future of the site. I've seen a lot of reports specifically use that portion, the third talking point that is kind of an aside from the main point, as how they are delivering this news, as if like this is the reason why Nibble has stepped away. I think that's disingenuous, but it is something that they brought up, and it is something that like is a decent point. If things go south and Twitter loses its footing in a major way, having a backup wouldn't be a bad idea. And clearly, their wording really makes me feel as if they have something lined up. Because
Possibly.
it did feel like that it was Twitter. They were finished on Twitter and on Patreon, but not overall. So I am huffing my copium, my hopium, and I'm hoping that we hear some update, even if it's just they work here now and they still aren't going to be on Twitter and doing all this and that. Just good news in general for them.
Mm. I mean, the way I read it is that he's just ending video game coverage entirely. Because his public statement, he goes, "This marks the end of my video game coverage and his
Yeah,
active participation on the platform." So,
yeah,
what I was saying earlier when it was announced was like I obviously this was probably something Nibble put his whole entire like life into, because he was literally a person that he would have news out before the news even really broke. Um, like his coverage of like of like showcases or whatever. By the time the showcase is done or whatever, all the information is out there.
it's true.
Um,
Yeah, like I think to be honest, that's pretty simple. Being such an immense part of the online verse, he just knew people and he was getting the same insight that a lot of content creators were. But where a lot of content creators use that to make a video, Nibble was able to put it up very quickly as just transferring from the kit that he's given to the tweet that he has to make.
yeah,
Speed was always absolutely insane though. Like
yeah,
those because I don't maybe you can queue via time, but I don't think it's ever safe to do that in this industry. So they were just hovering their desk all the time. I don't know how much the actual investment was in what they did, but in just hours and whatever fucked up sleep schedule they had, they sacrificed for sure.
yeah, most definitely. It'll be sad to see him go. Now we'll have. I mean, Wario 64 is pretty good at getting out information, but nowhere near to
All
the
the
quickness
jokes
and
about
accurate.
all
Yeah,
the jokes about the handoff to Warrior 64 have
yeah.
been. Woof.
Yeah. Well, The Witcher 1's apparently getting remade.
Probably a good. Well, yeah, probably a good thing. I think personally, The Witcher 1 is absolutely unplayable right now.
Oh yeah,
It's ancient.
it's like what
Enjoying the video? Remember to like and sub. Helps out the channel a bunch, and we're grateful for everyone we get.
like Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2. Those games are unplayable, man.
Yeah, like this is probably good. I assume they're just gonna make remake number 2 as well, and just so have all three of them on modern hardware in a playable state. Not that
Yeah.
2 isn't playable or can't be purchased, but like this is good. This is probably good. Capitalize while you can.
I think they're saying that this was one of their Unreal Engine 5 remakes that they're working on.
I believe you are correct.
It'll be pretty
Oh,
interesting.
it would have to be because Witcher 4, I guess, whatever it is at the moment.
Yeah.
It's also going to be Unreal. So
yeah.
I would love this because I haven't played the first Witcher game or the second, to be actually honest.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, me either.
I gave it a college effort, but oh boy, it was not a fun time.
oh,
I
was
haven't
already
even
much
beaten.
pampered by modern games.
I haven't even fully went through fucking Witcher 3. But that's because I get sidetracked in that game like so fucking easily.
And there's so much to do.
Yeah, there's way too much to do in that game. Other Witcher news: Henry Cavill is not going to be reprising his role as Geralt of Rivia in season 4 of The Witcher. It is now going to be what?
I think a lot of people do need to be reminded. He is going to be here for all season 3, which hasn't happened.
Yeah.
I think because people see like a recast and they think, oh, we're on season 4. He's not going to be it this time. He'll still be it for season 3.
Yeah.
And then he'll be handing it off.
Yeah, they've just confirmed that there is going to be a season 4 of The Witcher, and that from that point on, it's going to be Liam Hemsworth.
Imagine how awkward it would be if it didn't actually get re-upped for season 4.
Oh God. My only issue is like, okay, so it was reported that Henry Cavill only had like one stipulation of doing all 7 seasons, and that was like it pretty much going by what the original author of The Witcher had like put down, and that like the stories would be like like pretty much not 1-to-1, but like the same quality as the Witcher books. And I think maybe that'll paired along with him taking up the role of Superman again. Kind of doesn't have time nor the want now to do The Witcher.
I mean, I don't know about the whole, because I've looked it up. I've not seen too much about the whole one thing to make him leave. I definitely am leaning heavy towards he's Superman again. He's genuinely
he's not
gonna
just
have the
Superman.
time.
He's got other roles too, right?
It's true.
The Sherlock Holmes one. Well, he's Sherlock Holmes, but
he's Sherlock. Indy and all the stuff.
Yeah. What else is he doing? He's possibly James Bond. That's a rumor.
There was a rumor he was going to be Shepard in the Mass Effect Amazon.
Yeah,
series.
That's right.
So.
But barring all of that, even if it is just Superman, you know that he's not tied down to just one movie, and that the shooting's going to be immense.
Yeah.
And we've seen before, they have been unwilling to tie him down, and they paid the price while other contracts became a priority. Remember the Face fiasco? It's very likely DC has put themselves in a position where they will not let that happen again. And while with Superman, and I this isn't even a joke. Like, I genuinely think they're just being super petty and saying, no, we're going to pay you an outrageous sum of money.
Yeah.
Whilst working here, you have to be available from this time to this time and be willing to return to do any reshoots as necessary.
Yeah.
As Superman.
I know this will probably kill him though, because he is genuinely a big Witcher fan. He's read all the books.
He's a big old nerd. It's great.
Played all the games. he's really put his like passion
Yeah.
towards this, so it
He's
would
literally
kill
a big
him.
nerd. Goodness, he's
Yeah,
huge.
he is. But so the new guy, Liam Hemsworth, there's so many Hemsworths.
I think this is the third brother.
In the clan.
We know who he is. We've seen him
Yeah,
in
we
a
know who
bunch of
he is.
things, but
Yeah. I don't know. I think he knows full well what will come. The fans are already starting to complain and say
oh
they'll
yeah,
never watch
oh
it.
yeah.
So he's got mighty shoes to fill, and I feel really sorry for him. It's not his fault, everybody. He's
No.
just filling a role that he probably really wants to do as well. And he realizes the shadow he has to step out of to succeed.
So we're in agreement, right? At the end of season
Yeah.
3, Geralt's going to drink something, and his face is going to switch, a la Doctor Who, and that's how they're going to do this.
No,
Yeah.
I just think they will. I just think they won't say anything about it.
It's a solid option. You can just go down that route,
Yeah.
but then you have to deal with Twitter.
They're going to deal with Twitter anyway.
Yeah, just get a mage, doodly what's up his ass,
Yeah,
and
just-
just wiggle it around,
Yeah,
and he'll change
exactly.
his face.
Fucking Geralt has to drink all kinds of weird things.
Drinking is easier, I suppose. Or unless she can just punch him in the face, and then the next shot will be.
Why do you come back younger? I don't know.
But he's not gonna be clean. Like Liam's not gonna be clean faced and stuff. He's gonna have a beard.
Is he?
He probably have a beard because
wasn't Geralt clean shaven for the first 2 seasons, though?
Yeah, he'll probably grow a beard.
Oh, okay. You're saying to make him add age to his face, because he does look very young.
He does.
Like, he looks incredible. He still looks like he's like 22.
Yeah.
Baby face.
I mean, I kind of also want them to just, Cyrano can just take over. That would be good too. And maybe Liam Hemsworth won't be Geralt too often.
Frankly, as cruel as it sounds, I mean, that wouldn't be a terrible idea. All he would have to do is get in great shape, which he's done before. He is, at the end of the day, a Hemsworth, and them some good genes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be a large figure. Now, I hate to say it, I don't think too highly of him as an actor, so I also hope they switch over to Serena and we just follow her. But hey, I'm willing to hold out hope, because this series has been good thus far.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, we will still have Dandelion, we'll have Jaskier, Yennefer will be there, bloody, keep wanting to call her Cirilla. Anyway, point of fact, the whole cast is going to be there. This is going to be the one shakeup. Hopefully, they'll be able to bridge the gap.
Yeah.
Have Jaskier sing a jaunty tune. It's worked twice before.
I mean, I'm really sad Henry Cavill is going, but I would like to remind everyone the uproar that he caused when he was first announced as Geralt.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember how much everyone really hated the idea?
Though, to be fair,
and now you fucking love him?
To be fair,
give Liam a chance.
A large portion of the hate was because they did some early photographs, and the wig was bad, and the makeup wasn't great. So we didn't know what we were getting into.
Was swearing that they would never watch it, and it'd be
it's true
immediately.
This whole cast, barring Jaskier, has been opened up to immense criticism. Ciri has. Yennefer has had. That poor girl has had so much hate thrown her way.
Seriously.
So, I mean, congratulations, Liam. You're just another story. Like, you are just fitting in grand. You also get to have some problems coming into this, just like everyone else.
Fun.
Yep. So what's this about Capcom, eh? What's this?
Capcom financial report came in.
I also missed this. I haven't seen them yet.
Yep. Monster Hunter Rise surpassed 11 million units sold.
Let's go.
Woo.
Sunbreak is at 4.4 million.
Oh baby.
Resident Evil 2 surpassed 10 million units sold.
Mm-hmm.
The Resident Evil 2
remake, that's really good.
That is.
Yeah.
There are no big releases before Resident Evil 4 Remake.
This is what Max was talking about. I understand now.
And Capcom expects 4 million games sold next year.
Is that
Nice.
40 million? Interesting.
40
Well,
million, yeah.
Street Fighter. So what I meant earlier was that I'd heard people say that we aren't going to get Street Fighter 6 before like April or May of next year. And I was like, I wonder why you all are so certain about that. I mean, don't get me wrong, incredibly safe guess. This makes sense now. They have all but said that there's not going to be another big release until about a third of the way through the year. So
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, Capcom grow. Capcom grow.
Yeah,
Get
Capcom
big.
Grow.
I mean,
Capcom.
look, it's nice to see Capcom in the light. I've said it before. I had to go through like a decade or so of crapcom,
Yeah.
like where it was just the worst business practices. They were just Activision Blizzard without the sexual assault.
Hmm.
So like, it's nice to see them get their situation in order and just start pumping out games that people are feeling good about again. And honestly, without any monetization issues, which was a major failing point of theirs 10 years ago? Maybe? That sounds about right.
Yeah, it's about. Um,
Oh, less than that. Oh, God.
Yeah.
But still. This is
not
good.
surprised. Not surprised. No mention of like RE3 remake because that wasn't as successful as RE2.
I mean,
Um,
to be fair, how long has it been since RE2 and they're only talking about it now? It might come up in a
true.
future call when it's broken its glass ceiling, as it were, and it
Yeah,
hits its
maybe.
big number. Because as I do agree that it wasn't as overwhelmingly positive as RE2, but that game sold. That game sold because of RE2. So
Yeah. I mean, an RE2 remake came out in 2019. Um, so what was that?
was
That
it
was like
just
4 years.
then? Man,
It's
it
four
feels so long ago.
10 million. Tell me 10 million units in 4 years. That's pretty good.
That's excellent. We're just so weirdly biased by this nonsense that is FIFA, Madden, and Call of Duty. We expect to see bigger numbers, but that's an incredible amount of units sold for a game.
Mm-hmm. But that's the Capcom report. Sega reported that Ryoko Kodama, whose notable works in Sega being on Star Fantasy Star, apparently
Yeah.
died.
Yeah, so she's also credited in earlier work as Phoenix Ray. So if you look
Hmm.
in credits of all games, that's her credit then. Yeah, no, she's been in gaming since Alex the Kid. Like that is decades, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
84, 85.
Yeah. So like, I don't know, it's like to see a woman working games for that long, and having this really sad message that she's passed on is really sad. Aqua said, she's worked on Fantasy Star, she's worked on Sonic the Hedgehog, Alex Kidd in Miracle World, Skies of Acadia, Seventh
God,
Dragon, stuff like
all
that.
the big ones.
Yeah, no, loads and loads. So she's had a great career, and
Now,
yeah.
not to pick a fight with Sega, because Lord knows I've been distracted, but I didn't hear anything about this till you linked it. And I was told that Sega reluctantly made this statement after people noticed a weird one-off little obituary, or
Oh,
sorry, an in
really?
memoriam. So I'm not saying this is
Aw.
as a fact. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
it feels like they wanted to keep this as a smaller thing,
Yeah, I don't
and
know.
then there
Sometimes
was an
it could.
outcry.
Yeah, I mean, it could also just have been a family request too. I don't
Could
know.
have been absolutely.
Yeah, but yeah, there is like a messages from Twitter by Yosuke Okunari, and Nick Thrope also reported it after pointing it out, and
Yeah, it's very sad.
yeah, unfortunately, so over 30 years she's been in gaming.
Yeah, it's quite the career.
35-year career. That is a long ass career. So yeah, there's like
You were correct. I
yeah.
was picking a fight. Upon inquiry, Sega did confirm the death, but they refrained from making a public announcement to respect her family's privacy.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There
Well,
you go.
It's definitely sad to hear.
Yeah.
So Lake, are you excited to play Callisto Protocol?
Let's go. You've been talking about it so much.
I can't though, can I? I'm in Japan, and you know what? Like, oh, what does that got to do with anything? You say Japan is full of games of this ilk, right? Well, no, because the certification board basically said that it's too. I don't know the exact reasoning actually, but they had the developer to change some aspects of the game to be allowed to be released in Japan, and developers said no, we're taking a stance against that. So could you elaborate, please? Will I cry?
Yeah, apparently, I guess the game is just very too graphic for Japanese audience.
Yeah, I think
Rated in Japan.
the concern the Japanese ratings boards brought up was hyperviolence.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was gore. I think it was just. I think it's not because people are dead and there is debris, but the fact that we cause it and the more interesting ways we can.
Yeah. So Leak, you'll have to maybe find some back ways of playing that game.
I cannot say if I would or not because I definitely can't. You know, I won't
Yeah.
do that. Japan
Nope.
authorities.
No, of course you wouldn't.
Please
Of course you
don't.
wouldn't.
Please
No.
don't get me in trouble. No,
Leak is a
really,
Leak.
I could get in big
Leak,
trouble.
Leak is a good girl. She would
I'm a
never
good girl.
do this.
I would never break the law and be thrown in jail for doing so.
That would be ridiculous.
That would be
And
upsetting.
obviously, neither me nor Aqua will send her this to break that in bad faith. We wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
is
But
it
yeah, so
it wouldn't be illegal for anybody to send you the game. You just can't
to
buy it
send
in
me the
Japan.
game, no. I mean, if it's not region locked, it should be fine, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I do not believe the PS4 is.
There you go. All right. That's fine.
PS5,
Or you can watch
by the
or you
way.
can just watch somebody play it.
I'll probably just watch somebody play it in the end. That's what I'll do. Yeah, so basically the CERO rating in Japan said no. If you're not going to change anything that we require you to change, no. And the developer had they made a statement, and they also did it in Japanese too on their Twitter. They said the Callisto Protocol's Japanese version has been discontinued at present. It cannot pass the CERO rating. Striking, what do you say? They did want to do it basically because they wanted to provide the full experience to players.
Yeah,
So,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not giving up on their ideals and values.
Basically, yeah.
Being able to hack up aliens and like weird amalgamations of monsters.
And other people.
Yeah, and other people. But you know, people are the real monsters.
I mean, you're certainly correct about that.
Yep. So let's talk about the mile-long asteroid that was found.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of,
so this isn't technically on the docket, but yeah, NASA apparently found a mile-long asteroid hidden behind a solar glare, and it's not on the way to hit us, but it's just scary to know that there's a fucking mile-long asteroid right at the sun.
No,
Yeah, so
it's way out there.
Yeah, so basically, the outer solar system, it's easier to detect asteroids, and planet killers, and meteorites and stuff like that, right? And meteors, because it's far enough away that the glare of the sun doesn't block it. The closer it is, the harder it is to see because of the sun. So in a solar system, bodies like that are harder to find. Essentially, you're turning your telescope to look at a giant light bulb. It
There
hurts
are.
your eyes. And the only
Yep.
reason why they detected this one is because this particular one, this telescope was looking for dark energy. So it had a way to block out the glare. And suddenly, ooh, what's this? Oh,
What's that big
Oh, hello.
abscess on the light?
hello. Yeah.
Hmm.
They don't know the exact number of bodies like this there are about, but they feel like there isn't much left to find. So there's one to tick off, I guess.
Yeah. It'll be it'll be interesting to see if they can find any more.
Yeah. We'll see.
Just hopefully not anywhere near us.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, this won't hit us. Don't worry.
Yeah, no.
You're not finding about the end of the world on a random gaming
Can you
podcast.
imagine?
Yeah.
No, it's not coming here. NASA didn't learn how to shoot asteroids out of the sky for this. That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
What a quinky dink.
That's your random space news for the week.
Space.
Space. Remember,
we-
everybody, aliens. Aliens.
Well, speaking of space, that's honestly what I'll be playing this week is more Star Ocean.
Holy crap, that was a good segue from you.
Leak set it up.
I set it up. Thank you very much.
I'll be playing more Star Ocean. I'll probably beat it. I'm like halfway through the game, so it probably isn't going to take me too long to get through the rest. I need to get through one route and maybe do post game dungeon. Before God of War Ragnarok comes out.
Oh, it's so close.
Because that is next week.
Week after.
No, it's next week, man.
Oh God, it's next week.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh
straight
God.
up next,
Oh shit.
straight up next week,
no.
man.
Oh man. All right.
It is now November 1st. It comes out the 9th. It is literally
It'll
literally 8 days away.
You guys won't hear about it until the week after. But
True.
yeah.
And then obviously I'm gonna be playing Art Nights. Apparently there's some event there's some anniversary event that's coming out this week.
Yeah, it's the third or fourth ending. It's the third ending.
I have no idea. I literally just started playing this game a week ago.
And you're not a professional? You're not our lore master yet? Get on that, Aqua.
Man, I did do Noah Kane's like little fucking like what is that thing?
Oh, Noah Corn's little extra mission that tells you more about his backstory.
Yeah. By the way, that mission's hard as fuck.
Yeah, they're designed to make you think because you have limited unit usage.
Thank God Kiosiv fucking exists. And even with him, I had to retry that thing over and over and over again because you have to be very specific and quick with your fucking placements.
The more you do, the more you learn.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I did his stuff. I mean, he had a drink at a bar with the doctor. So I guess it's cool.
Dude, Norcorn's so cool. Anyway, need a 5-star of Norcorn and Yato next Hypergriff. Thanks.
I love how almost every time you like fail something with him or whatever, he's like, "Oh, I should have brought out my good mats. God damn it!"
Dummy, I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, Arknights and Star Ocean this week.
What about you
guys?
I guess another space segue. I probably won't be playing Marauders until Dark and Darker is over. So bye space for now.
She'll be back. She can't help herself.
I'll be back. I will. I promise. But I know. Yeah, Dark and Darker. I want to play. I'm going to play it immediately after this is finished. So
nice.
I don't blame you. I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, I will. I want to try and solo my way to the Hell dungeon and see how far I get. That's my next
goal. With the
goal.
bold play.
It's kind of possible with a cleric, but I don't know if I'll survive alone. We'll see. How about you?
I also will be playing Arknights because that anniversary is coming up and I want my rocks. Other than that, I will, continue to find ways to make Aqua replace me, because I'm going to continue to play Overwatch. It is just that good. I will probably complain about the monetization all the while. By the way, this Halloween event has been fine and also hyper disappointing, because it's weird that you have an event wherein we don't get anything of value anyway. Like, we get a preview of the PvE stuff, but not a very good one, I don't think. I don't know. I just want to click on heads from other people who can also play the game. Other than that, God, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I've actually not been playing too much in the way of video games.
You're just looking at your calendar, looking straight at God of War
I've
Ragnarok.
literally
Eh?
just been waiting to say I'm gonna take a week off, and it's just gonna be God of War and the gym.
Yep.
I will be Dad of War.
Dad of boy.
Dad of boy. Boy, end this.
Boy, end this. Yeah. I'm taking off 5 days at least for fucking God of War. So, thank you guys for listening. If you made it this far, please hit that like and subscribe. Really appreciate it, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Before you go, remember to like, comment, and sub to us. Not only does it help out the channel and let us know what you're into, but it also makes you 100% cooler than everybody else. I checked with Aqua. It's definitely